Hey guys, welcome back to this Just Survive live mic and game update video. On Friday, as I was finishing post-production of the video, this came out from Steam. Now I saw it because I had to go and do some Civilization 6 stuff and saw this like within minutes of having done the post-production of the Friday video. Now the top part is just a bunch of business sophistry, just the typical decorum and language that would be used when they're presenting bad news that they're about to unload on everybody. But the important part here is this section down here at the bottom. We have also decided to hand back the Z1BR torch to Daybreak Games so that both Z1BR and H1Z1 will be under one publishing umbrella once again. Daybreak Games has agreed to keep the servers up for players and continue live maintenance on the game. Now, the most common question I was getting was, well, what about Just Survive? And I think it's an excellent question because it's obvious that there isn't a Badwater Canyon or a Z1 server for Just Survive at all. So the Z1BR and H1Z1, we can only assume it's going to be the Battle Royale, Auto Royale, and just the standard H1Z1, or what would be called Z1. And it's just so bizarre the way that's all worded, but that's just the way the game was. To this very day, people still ask me to make the distinctions about, well, what is H1Z1? Is it the Battle Royale? Is it the Just Survive? Is it the this? Is it the that? But nonetheless, suffice to say, let's just go ahead and finish off here at the bottom here. So on behalf of the NantG Mobile and everyone on the Z1BR team, thank you for all your countless cheers during our entire journey toward the return of the king. We would never... Okay, so anyway, suffice to say that we're probably going to have to just wait for Daybreak to come out and give an announcements. Now, of course, if you guys aren't familiar with Daybreak in and of itself, as far as like the additional games or things that they have, obviously their flagship game is EverQuest. EverQuest 2 is still very popular. DC Universe, PlanetSide 2, H1Z1 Battle Royale, and of course now they have the PlanetSide Arena, which is kind of a Battle Royale style game. And then, of course, you guys are familiar with the fact that Anthony Torba came out with a survey on who was going to play, you know, have you contributed to this, have you contributed to that. And I also put my own, Andrew Torba, I'm sorry, Andrew Torba is the creator of Gab. I meant to say Anthony Costoro. Right here. Here we go. So I sent a tweet out to both of the guys, both Adam and Anthony, showing the interest level here. Now, as you can see, all of this is just some of my standard videos that I put out. This is Friday's video right here, number 2. Or I'm sorry, this is last week's, week before last Friday's Just Survive original. This was the secondary Just Survive video, and then of course this was Friday's release video, along with you know, the Friday vlog. And as you can see, it is an exponential amount of people that have an interest in Just Survive. If nothing else, the news in general. But your guys' support here on the channel has always been tremendous. So I appreciate and value your guys' support. And this is why I encourage you guys to follow me on Twitter, Instagram, and of course subscribe here on YouTube so you guys will have all the latest information that comes out. Because this is where I post just general information like this right here. And of course we know, for example, that Anthony, let's see, had put out that survey right here, and we can see where it is right now. 48% of the people surveyed here are saying, you know, bring back Just Survive. So we see this here, but what does all this really entail? You know, are the guys trying to get a crowdfund, or trying to determine whether a crowdfunding would be worth it so that they may be able to purchase the Just Survive title from Daybreak? Very difficult to say. At this point right now, we're really just going to have to wait for Daybreak to respond to people's questions about Just Survive, because these are the people that are going to be able to answer that question now. I certainly can't answer that question. It's going to certainly be up to the Daybreak community. But here's what we know, right? Daybreak sunset the game back in October, and it has never really been available to play even under NantG. So we're just going to have to wait for Daybreak, and I just wanted to share this bit of information along with what the most recent information is, and that is what NantG has put out here. This came out on Friday. So at best, we're simply going to have to wait for what Daybreak says. If you guys have any questions, any comments, you are always welcome to leave those down below. I will miss the fact that if Daybreak decides not to pursue Just Survive in the capacity of the MMO game, for clarity and distinction there, then it looks like then there is not going to be any possibility of a Just Survive game. Just my opinion. Until Daybreak comes out with the official news, you know, I don't see it happening, at least based upon what we already know from Daybreak games in and of themselves, because do they even have a team? I mean, they're going to have somebody there that's going to be able to maintain the game, but I wouldn't anticipate like newer content or anything until there's like some restructuring and stuff going on. They'd have to get new coders and things like that to be able to add new designers and things like that to add to the game. So difficult to say, guys, but nonetheless, thank you so much for your continued support here on the channel. And you can go ahead and click on that channel icon appearing right there on the screen to subscribe. This way you guys will have the latest information that comes out here on the channel. And of course, you can click that notification bell if you guys want to know immediately when things are coming out. But that will also include additional content that's already here on the channel. And I'll see you guys when the next available content of news comes out.